stand up for a moment. Find a clear space near you. Now lift one foot off the ground. Just a few inches. And hold it. Count silently in your head. 1, 2, 3, 4. Keep going if you can. 10, 15, 20. How long did you last? Because what just happened in your body during those seconds is something researchers at some of the world's leading universities have spent decades trying to understand. And what they found will change how you think about your health for the rest of your life. In 2022, a landmark study published in the British Journal of Sports Medicine followed more than 1,700 adults between the ages of 51 and 75 over a period of 7 years. Every participant was asked to stand on one leg for 10 seconds without support. Just 10 seconds. What the researchers found was striking. Nearly 1 in 5 participants, about 20%, could not complete the test. And those who failed were almost twice as likely to die from any cause within the following 10 years compared to those who passed. Twice as likely. From a 10-second balance test. The lead researcher, Dr. Claudio Gil Araujo, the same Brazilian physician whose floor test we discussed last week, stated publicly that the one-leg balance test should become a standard part of routine medical checkups for middle-aged and older adults worldwide. Most doctors are not doing this test. Most seniors have never been asked to try it. But your body already knows the answer. Now I want to make sure you understand what balance actually is. Because most people think of it as a simple physical skill. Like coordination. Or flexibility. It is far more than that. When you stand on one leg, your body is simultaneously engaging 5 separate systems. Your vestibular system, the balance mechanism inside your inner ear, is sending constant signals to your brain about your position in space. Your visual system is scanning the environment and feeding real-time spatial data to your cerebellum. Your proprioceptive system, the network of sensors in your muscles, joints, and tendons, is detecting micromovements and triggering hundreds of tiny corrections per second. Your muscular system, particularly the deep stabilizing muscles of your ankle, knee, hip, and core, is firing in rapid coordinated sequences to keep you upright. And your central nervous system is processing all of this information simultaneously and issuing thousands of microcorrections every single second you are standing. When balance begins to deteriorate, it means at least one, and usually several, of these systems are beginning to struggle. And those same systems govern everything else your body does. Walking, climbing stairs, turning quickly, reaching, bending, catching yourself when you slip. Your balance score is a window into the health of your entire body's operating system. Let me share some numbers with you that I think every person over 60 deserves to know. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, falls are the leading cause of both fatal and non-fatal injuries in adults over 65 in the United States. Every year, approximately 36 million falls occur among older adults in America alone. About 32,000 of those falls are fatal. More than 800,000 seniors are hospitalized each year because of a fall, most often because of a hip fracture or a head injury. And here is the statistic that rarely makes it into mainstream conversation. According to research published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society, within 12 months of a hip fracture, between 20 and 30% of older adults die. 1 in 4 seniors who breaks a hip is gone within a year. Not from the break itself necessarily, but from the cascade of complications that follow: pneumonia from immobility, blood clots, the physiological shock of surgery on an aging body, and the devastating psychological impact of sudden dependence. And the majority of those falls were preventable. Not by luck. Not by moving to a safer house. But by addressing exactly what your balance test just revealed about the state of your body's protective systems. Now here is something that surprises most people when they hear it. The primary cause of balance deterioration in seniors is not inner ear problems. It is not eyesight decline. It is not even age itself in the way most people understand it. The primary driver of balance loss after 65 is the same thing we discussed in our last video. Muscle loss. Specifically the loss of a type of muscle fiber called fast-twitch type 2 muscle fibers. Your body has 2 main categories of muscle fibers. Slow-twitch fibers handle endurance activities, walking, standing, gentle movement. Fast-twitch fibers handle rapid, powerful, reactive movements, the kind that catch you when you trip, stop you from falling when you slip on a wet floor, and stabilize your ankle when you step on uneven ground. After age 60, the body preferentially loses fast-twitch fibers at a rate 2 to 3 times faster than slow-twitch fibers. Research from the University of Jyväskylä in Finland found that by age 75 many adults have lost up to 50% of their fast-twitch muscle fiber mass compared to their peak levels. 50%. Half of the reactive, protective muscle that catches you before you fall. And regular walking, while excellent for cardiovascular health, does almost nothing to rebuild fast-twitch fibers. This is why millions of seniors who walk every day still fall. They are maintaining their endurance muscle while their protective reactive muscle quietly disappears. Let us go back to your balance test result. Here is how to interpret what happened. If you held the position for 10 seconds or more with relative ease, your balance reserves are currently good. Your protective systems are functioning well and your risk of fall-related injury is relatively low. Your job now is to maintain and improve what you have. If you held it for between 5 and 9 seconds, you are in the early warning zone. Your systems are beginning to show strain. The good news is that this range responds extremely well to targeted training and the window for meaningful improvement is wide open. If you could not reach 5 seconds, your body is sending you a clear and urgent signal. This does not mean you are broken. It means your protective systems need immediate attention and the work we are going to discuss today is not optional for you, it is essential. And if you did not try the test because you already knew you would struggle, that knowledge itself is important information. Your body knows its own truth. The question is what you choose to do with it. Here is what the research actually supports for rebuilding balance after 65. And I want to be specific because generic advice like, do yoga, or try Tai Chi, without understanding why it works leaves most people doing the wrong variation of those things and wondering why nothing changes. The first method is single leg standing practice, progressive loading. The test itself is the training. But the key word is progressive. Start by standing on one leg while holding a sturdy counter or the back of a solid chair with one finger. Not gripping. One finger. Just enough to feel safe. Hold for 10 seconds. Switch legs. Repeat 3 times each side. Do this every morning. After 1 week, try reducing to hovering your hand above the surface rather than touching. After 2 weeks, try without support. Research from the University of Sydney found that seniors who practiced single leg standing for just 2 minutes per day, spread across multiple short sessions, showed significant measurable improvements in balance scores within 6 weeks. 6 weeks. Not 6 months. 6 weeks of 2 minutes per day. The second method is heel-to-toe walking. This is one of the most underrated balance exercises in existence and it requires nothing but a straight line on the floor. Walk forward placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toes of the other foot with each step, as if you were walking a tightrope. 20 steps forward. Turn carefully. 20 steps back. This movement simultaneously activates the vestibular system, the proprioceptive network, and the stabilizing muscles of the ankle and hip in a way that normal walking simply does not. A study published in Age and Aging found that tandem walking, the clinical name for heel-to-toe walking, was one of the most effective single exercises for reducing fall risk in community-dwelling older adults. Do this once in the morning and once in the evening. It takes less than 3 minutes. The third method is what exercise scientists call perturbation training. This sounds complicated, but it is elegantly simple. Stand near a wall or sturdy surface for safety. Close your eyes and balance on one leg. When your vision is removed, your vestibular and proprioceptive systems are forced to work significantly harder. They can no longer rely on visual input as a shortcut. Research from the Karolinska Institute in Sweden found that balance training performed with eyes closed produced improvements in fall prevention up to 3 times greater than the same training performed with eyes open. 3 times greater. Start with just 5 seconds eyes closed per leg and build gradually. The discomfort you feel in those first few seconds, that slight wobble and uncertainty, Is your nervous system being forced to rewire? That rewiring is exactly what you are looking for. There is one more factor in balance health that almost nobody connects, and it is something you can address starting today. Vitamin D deficiency. A comprehensive review published in the journal Osteoporosis International analyzed 26 separate clinical trials and found that vitamin D supplementation significantly reduced fall risk in older adults, with the greatest effect seen in those who were deficient before supplementation began. And here is the important fact. According to data from the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, approximately 40% of American adults are vitamin D deficient. In adults over 65, that number is even higher. Some studies suggest up to 60% of seniors do not have adequate vitamin D levels. Vitamin D does not just affect bones. It plays a direct role in muscle function and neuromuscular coordination, the communication between your nervous system and your muscles that makes balance possible. When your vitamin D is low, your muscles respond more slowly. Your reaction time decreases. The microcorrections that keep you upright become less precise. Ask your doctor to test your vitamin D level at your next visit. A simple blood test. A number that could change everything. I want to talk about what balance really means. Not biomechanically, but in your life. Balance is walking to your mailbox in winter without fear. It is stepping into the shower without holding your breath. It is navigating a crowded restaurant without feeling one wrong step away from humiliation. It is going somewhere new, a city you have always wanted to visit, a grandchild's school play, a garden you have heard is beautiful, and being fully present instead of spending the whole time monitoring the ground beneath your feet. Researchers at the University of Michigan who studied fear of falling in older adults found something that broke my heart a little when I first read it. They found that the fear of falling, independent of whether a fall had actually occurred, caused seniors to restrict their activities, reduce their social engagement, and limit their world. The fear itself was doing damage. Shrinking lives. Keeping people home. Cutting off the connections and experiences that make life worth the length of it. Every second you practice standing on one leg. Every heel-to-toe step down your hallway. Every morning you close your eyes and feel your body find its center again. You are not just training your muscles. You are refusing to let fear make your world smaller. You are choosing to stay in your life, fully, actively, on your own terms. That is worth 2 minutes a day. Before you finish watching, I want you to do one thing tonight. Find a sturdy chair or counter in your home. Stand on one leg, your weaker leg first. Hold for as long as you can. Write down the number of seconds. Date it. That number is your starting point. In 6 weeks of doing what we talked about today, that number is going to be different. And that difference is your nervous system telling you it is rebuilding. If this video gave you something useful, please subscribe, because every week we bring you the kind of specific, research-backed information that can genuinely protect your independence and extend the quality of your life. Share this with someone you care about who is over 60. Because the people we love deserve to know this too. See you in the next video.